right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Peanut's dad.
It's what?
Peanut's dad.
You need to enunciate when you say that shit. It's Peanuts' dad.
You need to get your mind out of the
Nah,
gutter.
it was just the way you said it. Hey, it's Tony, Peanut's dad. Excuse me? He said he's Peanut's dad. His dog's name is Peanut. Holy shit, Tony. About to change the show, dog. Hey, last week I mentioned something, or I asked a question, and I got asked about it later. So I'm just going to give the answer out real quick. I'll tell you what it was once I get this answer up. So apparently I said something about if cats can get Down syndrome. Do you remember?
No.
I said something about cats getting Down syndrome, and apparently they don't have enough chromosomes to miss the chromosome that creates Down syndrome. So they cannot get it. It's not available to them. They've been denied. Cats are denied Down syndrome.
I'm more curious as to why that was what were we talking about to even mention that?
Now you got me.
You see what I'm saying? Because people will ask me questions, and I'm like, did we even talk about that? I mean, I don't even have a clue sometimes.
Yeah, it's funny, right? Like they zone in on one part, and then you're like, "Oh, you got to give me something around it," because I don't even know when we talked about that shit. We were well. How did we get to it?
No idea. I don't even remember talking about a cat.
It came out of nowhere. It wasn't anything that we had planned. Somebody, like, we said something about something it's like having a cat, or like a cat that's something about, oh, your friend that had the dog that was blind. He had to put a dog down.
Okay.
And then somehow I said something about a cat.
Oh, because he had dementia. They
There
were
you
saying,
go.
yeah, okay.
How the fuck do you know what I mean? How do you figure that out?
Right.
Like a dog's running in and out of rooms all the time. You don't know how many times he forgot what he
Now,
was doing.
the person who told you this about the chromosomes.
I looked it up
Oh,
because I was like, somebody asked me, and I was like, fuck, I don't know. I just, it just popped in my head, so I just said it. So I looked it up, and apparently I googled it. They don't have the.
so there was a specific answer for that specific question?
Yes. I said,
Internet's crazy.
Right? I said, can cats get Down syndrome? And it took me right to a link, said cats cannot get Down syndrome because yada, yada, yada. I was like, oh, shit, right on.
Last week we also talked about, I told how Deadpool Wolverine was on my Fire Stick.
Right?
Well, that night when I got home, the wife and I, we ate dinner, did our routine. And she was like, you want to watch that movie? I was like, cool. So we were already sitting down. I put it on. And in the beginning, when you put on a movie, it actually, like at the bottom, I have the movie information.
Okay.
And that thing said 2 hours, something minutes.
It don't feel like it, dude, at all.
Dog. It was like 6:30. And we both looked at each other. I'm surprised my wife is the one that first said it. She was like, yeah, I don't think we should do it. I'm like, yeah, that's pushing it there. That's like 8:30. And that's if we don't pause it for like bathroom breaks or to get something. We're going to save it for another time. But we did watch it.
Yeah, what'd you think?
Yeah, it was actually pretty good. The storyline wasn't that great. What the movie was about wasn't that great. But what made the movie was every other sentence was something funny.
Right? Like I said, it kept it going.
Yes.
I agree. I think I think it was a good storyline. I just think that they're getting harder to follow. The more dimensions that you break, the harder it is to keep them in line or to keep the story flowing.
Yes, I've told you in the past, this multiverse stuff I'm not into.
Yeah.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, they done fucked up by going in that direction.
Yeah.
But I think to some degree they have to, and I hope now that And Robert Downey Jr. Wow, I can't even fucking talk. And Robert Downey Jr. Robert Downey Jr. has re-signed to play Iron Man again. So he's coming back as Iron Man.
No.
Yeah,
No.
I read that last week.
Nope. No, you
Nope.
did not.
Okay, so what did I read then?
That he's coming back as Doctor Doom.
Correct. And then a week later, they said that he was coming back as he was reprising his role as Iron Man.
For what I understand, in the comic books, Iron Man actually turns into Doctor Doom somehow. That's what I got from it. Something happens in one of the universes, and that's what I come to understand.
So what you're saying is that we're both right. Because he's going to have to reprise his role as Iron Man to become Doctor Doom.
No, I didn't say that. I said in the comic books, it's from what I understand, Iron Man turns into Doctor Doom.
Okay, so I'm not talking about comic books because comic books are pictures that are drawn.
And so I'm not saying that in the movie it's going to happen. I'm saying in the movie he's actually supposed to be Doctor Doom.
And I'm saying that in the movie he's going to reprise his role as Iron Man.
And so what I'm saying is lately, if not the last 4 years, but definitely lately, I've been right. So I would, if I was a betting man.
I think last week you was right. I don't know about this bullshit over the last 4 years because.
Well, again, the last 4 years, it's been 2-on-1.
No, it hasn't.
And ever since it's been 1-on-1, I think the
You've
natural
lost almost every battle except for
pecking
last week.
order has been established. The correct pecking order, I should say.
Yeah, you gotta your perspective is off, boy. We got to run some tape back, son, to help you remember shit right. Maybe you got dementia.
We did watch another movie,
What's that?
and it's actually pretty good.
Are you gonna fucking tell me you watched that M. Night Shyamalan?
No,
Okay.
but I can't wait to watch that one. I'm pretty sure that one's not gonna be good, but it's gonna be good.
Okay.
But this movie is a sleeper hit.
Okay.
Didn't come out on theaters, I don't think. It's on HBO. Okay.
Okay.
I've been getting the name wrong. Fudgesicles. Sleeper hit. Knox Goes Away. Came out in 2023. Currently
Knox Goes Away.
with Michael Keaton.
Okay.
Very good movie.
What's it about?
He's a hitman that finds out he's got a very aggressive form of dementia or Alzheimer's. He's pretty much got weeks, if not a month, before he just forgets everything.
Okay.
And it's progressively getting worse, which is why he went to the doctor to begin with.
Okay.
So he's got to tie up loose ends because he knows, I'm not going to be able to figure things out later. So after he finds out he's only got a couple of weeks, a situation arises with his son that he has to get figured out before he loses it. So throughout the movie, you don't know if he's going to do it in time. His son gets into some trouble.
So, how quickly and how decisive in the movie do you find out that he's got dementia? Is it like pretty quick?
Like first 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes?
Yeah.
That's good.
Very good.
If they wait too long, then it would set up the movie the wrong way.
Yeah.
Was it in a pretty devastating fashion that he found out, or was it
No.
just like at a doctor's office, hey, you got dementia?
No, well, apparently it's already established that he's got a problem.
Uh-huh.
And so, like within the first 5 minutes, he has a partner that he goes on a killing sprees with, and he tells his partner, "Yo, I'm gonna take a couple of days off. I got some things I gotta go handle out of town. I gotta take a flight." And he doesn't tell his partner what's going on. So, like the very next scene, he's in the doctor's office, and the doctor says, "Yeah, it's worse than what we expected."
Okay.
And so he goes, tell me how long I've got. And the doctor's like, weeks, if not a month. And so he's like, all right, And the doctor tells him, you need to get all your shit in order. So he goes back. I'll give you one part of the movie. He does one last job with his partner. And they go into an apartment to assassinate somebody.
Okay.
So Michael Keaton assassinates the dude. And after he does it, he kind of starts to black out. And when he comes to, right at that moment, his partner comes walking in the bathroom. But he doesn't realize it because he doesn't know where he's at. So he just starts shooting and he kills his partner.
Oh, shit.
So he's got to figure out how to fix that, to make it seem like it was a shootout between his partner and the person he already killed.
Oh, shit.
And then, like the very next day, his son comes knocking, tells him the situation, and he's got to figure that out. And again, he's trying to get his son out of trouble because that's his line of work before he loses it. Very good movie.
It sounds interesting.
Okay, I'll tell you why his son's in trouble.
Okay.
His son's daughter, which is Michael Keaton's granddaughter, 16 years old,
Okay.
got impregnated by this dude, bad dude, and the son went to confront him. It got heated, and out of the heat, he kills him. Kills the dude that
So he killed the baby daddy?
Yeah. The dude was like 32 years old. White supremacist, I shouldn't say supremacist. What is it? Aryan Nation.
Okay.
So Michael Keaton's got to figure out how can I get my son out of this. Very good movie.
He couldn't just move him? He had to go kill people? He couldn't just move his family?
Who?
Michael Keaton. He couldn't just move his family? He had to go kill the dude?
Well, first of all, he hasn't seen his son in like over 20 years. His son found out what he does for a living, and they cut ties. So in all actuality, I'll give you another.
All of a sudden you fucking need him. You come running
yeah, that's
back.
exactly what happened. So he comes knocking on the door. Michael Keaton's like in his forgetful stage at this particular moment.
Right.
So Michael Keaton opens the door, and this dude is standing there. And Michael Keaton goes, do I know you? Like, he opens the door like, who the fuck are you? Do I know you? And the dude goes, okay, I deserve that. And Michael Keaton's like, still looking at him like,
yeah, you do.
What's
but
up?
Who are you?
Yeah, and the dude says, Dad, it's me. And then Michael Keaton kind of starts to remember. So he's like, oh, shit. It's actually a really good movie.
That's a great way to start it. That's kind of a fucking, Dad, it's me. Oh, shit. You know what I mean? That's good.
It's really
That's like
good,
that movie. When movies get you like that within like the first 5-10 minutes, closer to 5 minutes, it's better. Like Law Abiding Citizen,
Uh-huh.
where he's there with his family. Next thing you know, he's getting whooped with a bat. Opens the door, takes one to the head. Like you're like, okay, bitch, I'm in. Let's go. What happens now? You know what I mean? That's interesting.
Al Pacino's in it.
Really?
Yeah, it was actually really good. And the funny thing is, we put it on as something to watch but not really pay attention to.
Right.
Because it was like, let's just throw this on. And boom. Great movie.
And both of you to the end with your hand in a fucking popcorn
Yeah,
bowl.
pretty much.
Right on. Yeah, that's good when you find little gems like that. I haven't found any lately. And I be watching a lot of TV. No, that's not true.
And then the detective that's like assigned the case, like she's a good character in the show,
Right.
in the movie. It's really good. Thumbs up.
All right. It sounds good. It sounds much better than any fucking M. Night Rama Lama Ding Dong movie. I give a shit. A friend of mine saw it, said that it was
What, Trapped?
Huh?
Which one?
the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
The new one?
Yeah.
It's out.
I guess he said he saw it. I don't know.
Really? Okay.
And that he leaves you hanging in the end.
Does he?
Because I asked him before you
Yeah,
tell
it's
me
out.
before you tell me anything about the fucking movie, does it end? He said, what do you mean? I said, does he wrap it all up? He says, oh, he leaves it for another one. I said, you didn't watch, like, you watched season 1 or whatever the fuck he made. And he's hoping to get a second movie. Nah, I'm cool. Fuck that. Wrap that shit up. Let's go.
We're also watching another show that we got one episode left. And, bro, it was so good. It's 8 episodes. So good up until the end of the 6th. But I didn't know it was bad at the end of the 6th until the 7th. And we still have one episode left.
Okay.
And I'm ready to not even watch it.
That bad, huh?
It's called Sugar. Colin Farrell. He's a detective. Or I should say a private investigator.
Wait. Colin Farrell. That's the Irish dude.
Yes.
Okay. And the show's called Sugar.
Sugar.
Okay.
His name is John Sugar. He's a private investigator.
Okay.
He gets hired to find a old movie producer's granddaughter. She's like in her 20s. She just disappeared. So he gets hired by the grandfather who's loaded. Find my granddaughter. She's been into drugs. She's been known to do this. But she'll always call me after a few days to tell me she's fine. She'll be back. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Great 5 3/4 episodes. He's on the hunt. He's trying to find her. He works with an organization, but he took this job on the side. And his handler, who he reports to in the organization, said, yo, you shouldn't have taken this job. They actually called me and wanted me to put you on there. I was like, nah, we're not doing it. And it's not cool that they called you directly and you took it without checking in with us first.
Oh, shit.
Really good. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm just going to let it out. I'm just going to say what it is. Okay?
Okay.
Dude gets stabbed, right? Really good. Up until this point, really good. He's dealing with a sex trafficker, gets chicks from Tijuana. Boom. And because he thinks he has the girl that he's looking for.
Okay.
Winds up there in a gunfight. He goes to this dude trafficker's house.
Okay.
They catch him. Three bad people and Colin Farrell. Oh, you shouldn't have came here. Da-da-da. We're going to kill you. Da-da-da. Colin Farrell says, I don't want violence. I'm not into this. Hey, if you guys give yourselves up to the police now, I won't kill you. And they're laughing at him. What are you talking about? We're whooping your ass. Da-da-da.
Right, we got you.
Right. He's like, no, I'm telling you right now. Give yourselves up. Tell me where the girl is. Give yourselves up. And we can walk away. And so the main dude tells the other dude, just shoot him. So he shoots him. And Colin Farrell puts his hand up and the bullet ricochets. And my wife and I were like, what the fuck just happened? Because it was like mad quick. And then he's whooping everybody. He's whooping the 3 people's ass, shooting them, da-da-da. And so I rewinded. Did I miss something? Did it bounce off his watch? What's going on here? And sure enough, same thing. He puts his hand out, and the bullet just ricochets. And so he winds up getting stabbed by one of the people before they die. So they go to a motel room. He's getting stitched up. And he tells himself, yeah, I just want to go home for one night. So he opens up this case. It looks like heroin, needles and stuff.
Right.
And he shoots himself in the neck. And my man turns blue. And they got like weird music in the background, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, I'm looking at my old lady. I'm like, what's going on? And she goes, I don't know. He turned blue. And so I said, is it like, did he automatically get high and that's, he's tripping right now? So, all right. Get to the next episode. My man's an alien. And the people he works with, it's like they're all aliens here to like spy on us. And I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me right now.
And that was in the first episode?
No, this is the 7th episode.
Oh, okay.
And there's one more episode. And I swear to God, bro, I don't know if I want to finish it. I got one episode left, and I'm so disappointed
So what
that
you're
this is some bullshit aliens.
so what you're saying is you don't because obviously if he's an alien, he's illegal. So what you're saying is because there's an illegal alien in the show, you don't like it.
He's a space alien.
But it's an illegal alien, right?
He's walking amongst
So
us.
we're just gonna put it out there, just so y'all know, Tony don't like illegal aliens.
But bro, this thing has taken such a turn out of left field. It's like I cannot believe this,
How do you read a script
bro.
and say fuck yeah, I do five and a half, 5 3/4 in, and I become an alien. I'm in.
You know, obviously I'm going to finish it because, like you just said, something about the script has to have made him say, "Yeah, I want to do this." So it's got to end like great.
So, but he didn't become an alien until he took the shot in the neck, right?
Yes, apparently that brought him to his natural state, I guess. And in the next episode, it's explaining more about kind of like
His alienness.
yes. But bro,
Because I was thinking, okay, well maybe it is drugs that he got took a shot of, like PCP or some sort of hallucinogenic that would make him think he's a lizard man or whatever.
that's what I thought. But then again, the next episode, like his handler, she's got this room in her house that's nothing but a table with a suitcase, hard case suitcase.
Right.
And she opens it up, and it's like an old school typewriter. And she starts typing in it, and there's no paper or nothing. It's just like a ball doing something as she's typing.
Right.
And then she gets a message back on that, and I'm like, come on, man.
So what's it typing on? Or is she just reading them as they go?
She's relaying messages, I guess, to her people on a different planet.
No, because you said that she got a message back.
Oh, she was. I guess she was relaying a message saying that Colin Farrell, like, he went a bit too far. He killed a couple people. Because they're just here to invest, to
Observe and report.
Yes.
Is that how it goes? Or is it? Observe and report.
Dude, horrible, bro. All bad.
I think I tried watching it, and I just first couple of minutes into it, and I was I'm out.
It was good.
You know what? I rewatched. I started rewatching the other day, and then finished watching it this morning. Was Apocalypto. Love that fucking movie, bro.
My son loved that movie. The reason I say that is because I mentioned it to him a few months ago.
Okay.
And he was like, "Why are you mentioning that?" I was like, "You love that movie." He goes, "Yeah, when I was in middle school, we saw it on HBO or whatever."
That's fucking funny.
I'm like, "But it was actually a good movie."
I didn't really realize that I didn't have the subtitles on for the first half until my favorite part came out, and I like to read along with when it's my favorite part's when they come to that little girl in the jungle. That little girl is creepy as fuck.
I don't remember the movie all that well, to be honest with you.
No. So after like the Aztecs go and they raid the Mayan village, and that's where they get they capture all those people, right? And they're walking them back. They have them tied to bamboo sticks by the neck, and they're walking back, and they reach a empty spot in the jungle, and the kids already have like the pox, whatever it is, and they're walking through, and the little girl stops and is talking to one of the captors, and she's whatever native tongue it is, but you could see it on her face like she's being cool, and then one of them hits her with a stick like trying to move her back, and she totally changed. He said, "All right, bitch, You need to be careful when it gets of the what is it the night when the sky turns to night during the day. Be careful of the man that runs with the jaguars or some shit like that. And but I didn't have the fucking what do you call it on, but that little girl, bro, I don't know how the fuck they got her to like change her face or her demeanor, but she went from being like this little this little sick little girl to being you gonna die tonight. You know what I mean? Like her face just changed. And you don't have to read the subtitles to know that them fools is in trouble. You know what I mean? And sure enough, shortly after that, they go and they end up in the Aztec village, and they're walking them up the pyramids, because up the pyramids they would take the hearts of their enemy as a
Gift to the gods.
as a gift to the gods. I was gonna say as a treat to the gods, but yeah, as a gift. And they would pull it out still beating, and hold it up, right? And then after they would do that, they would throw it down the fucking steps, and then they would chop the person's head off, and roll the body and the head down the steps of the pyramid. So the front of that pyramid is just bathed in blood. And so they killed two of his people, and then they were getting ready to kill him, and all of a sudden the fucking night turns to day, bro. There was a fucking eclipse. So the whole thing gets all fucking dark, and then they ended up doing some shit to let him go. And once they get down the waterfall into like his part of the jungle, he runs into a fucking jaguar, or like a panther, because he was hiding up in the trees. And then the whole story unfolds, and that little fucking Mayan dude ended up fucking up like 7 fucking Aztecs, bro. Like
I remember it was a good movie.
yeah, it was intense, right? Is it true that they're making a second one?
Oh, that I don't know.
We're calling it Apocalypse 2. Oh. Apocalypse 2. I don't know. I saw somewhere, but nowadays you can't tell. You can't believe everything you see on the internet. Shit ain't true.
That reminded me. Did you watch Last of the Mohicans?
Oh, fucking long ass time ago, bro.
Not that I remember the movie all that well. I just remember 2 parts. Number 1 was when they had a messenger dude. Like, if I remember right, they were in a castle. And the messenger dude had to go run, and he was going to some other place to send a message. And all the enemies, the Indian enemies were out there in the woods. And they're like, you just keep running straight. We got you. And so the dude took off running, and they were on top of the castle. And I think they had guns. And they, like, you see an Indian running towards the dude that was running away, and they just start picking him off.
Fuck.
And they shot like 5 or 6 of them before they got to the dude, and he was able just to take off running.
That's crazy.
And then another part, the reason I mentioned this is because I remember the female in the storyline, she had a sister, and they were captured by the Indians. And they were walking up a mountain, just like how you were just talking.
Right.
And the younger sister, she was like, she had it. She was like, yo, I'm not doing this. I'm done. And the Indians were like, she was like threatening to jump off the side of the cliff. And the Indians were like trying to coax her back. And she was just walking backwards, and she just like, if I remember right, she just jumped. And like the sister who the movie was about, or the main character, she starts crying, and the Indians just look, and they're like, all right. And they just kept it moving. They were just like, let's go.
She took the easy way out.
Yeah.
We out. Holy shit. There's a lot of good fucking... Did you ever see the movie called The Missing? It's got... he came out in... can't remember the name of that movie either. My fucking Alzheimer's dementia kicking in. I could see it. It was with Will Smith and him and aliens.
Martin Lawrence.
No, and the aliens.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Tommy Lee Jones. So Tommy Lee Jones comes out in this movie, right? The dude that played Two-Face. In the latest Batman. Come on.
In the latest Batman?
Well, in the Dark Knight Rises.
Aaron something.
Yes, Aaron Eckhart
Yes.
comes out in this movie, and if I tried to tell you, I wouldn't get it right. So there's a woman in the movie, and the woman plays Tommy Lee Jones's daughter, and it's set back in the Western days, and Aaron Eckhart and Tommy Lee Jones's daughter live together, and they have this other like a Mexican dude there that helps them with their ranch. So one day they go out hunting, and the older daughter, Sterka, that she wants to go to town because there's this new phonograph that they have in town where you can record your own voice and whatever whatnot. And so she wanted to go to town with her friends, and they said, well, you got to do some work before you go, whatever whatnot. I don't even remember. So they go out with Aaron Eckhart that morning. Well, there's like 7 Native American dudes that come, and they're stealing girls to send them and take them back. They're trafficking women back to Mexico, right? So they take Tommy Lee Jones's granddaughter, the older one. They killed Aaron Eckhart and they stuffed him inside of like a deer hide. And so when the mom comes looking for him, she comes around the corner and she sees the Mexican dude naked, dead with arrows in him. And Aaron Eckhart, all she sees is his fucking face sticking out of the deer hide, and then grabs the little daughter, right? So the day before that, Tommy Lee Jones had come to the house and visited, but he left her mom when she was young for a Native American woman. And when he comes to the house, he looks Native American, like he's dressed like an Indian, and he has that kind of accent with him, right? Well, the dude that they're chasing is what they call a brujo. He's evil, and he hangs like he got somebody's heart and took a rattlesnake and bit into the heart so that it would stop beating, it would deteriorate, and he used it for some kind of dark magic. And then he tied up like 6 rattlesnakes and hung them up in a tree, so that if you come around the corner and they're all gonna bite you in the face, kind of shit, right? It's a really good movie, dude. Because he kind of leans into like the Native American believings, like there was these beads, and
Oh, that's why you like it.
what? Well, yeah, you know what I mean, it's got a little bit about my people. No. And so because there's a part where she had dropped her brush, and with her brush there was hair in there, and he would take the hair and he was rolling the lady's hair in his fingers, doing a chant, putting a spell on her, and then they go back to her to where she starts to get and feel sick. So another friend of his had met them out on the plane, and so Tommy Lee Jones and the little girl are reading out of the Bible, and his Native American friends doing chants and doing backwards magic to help the mom, and they're fighting, and there's drums playing in the background while they're doing this, and the drums are getting faster as the two brujos are doing opposite spells, and then all of a sudden, and they're going fast, and all of a sudden it stops, and then they fade in, they zoom in on the mom's face, and then they come back the next day to where she's feeling better, like she's not sweating, she's not sick anymore, she's not, the bubbles that were starting to come up on her face went away and shit. It's a really good Western style movie, dude. It's really good. I would tell you to check it out. You probably won't like it.
I mean, if we're being honest at all,
Do you like Western movies at all?
sure. I mean, not none that are recommended by you, but
You're ridiculous. Did you ever see 310 to Yuma?
yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, it actually was.
That was a really good.
That one would. Oh, go ahead.
That white boy that comes out of that movie is a great fucking actor, dude.
Christian Bale?
No, Ben Foster. Christian Bale's fucking great in that movie, but Ben Foster, great fucking actor, dude. He's one of my favorites.
The that one with Clint Eastwood that won them awards was good.
Which one?
I don't remember what it was called.
Cry Macho.
No,
The Mule.
no, that ain't Western. It was a big movie when it came out. It won a bunch of awards. It was actually pretty good.
How long ago?
It was a minute.
Oh, you talking from back in the day?
I wouldn't say it was old already. Uh,
Good, the bad,
Unforgiven.
Unforgiven.
That was good. 92, kid. Ooh, I'm dating myself.
Yeah.
Woo! 92, kid. That's 30 years.
Yeah, we were talking about something yesterday too, and 30 some odd years came up.
Somebody has sent me a what do you call it?
Meme?
Yeah, some little video.
Video? A
Uh,
vignette?
who was it? It said that you know you're old. Well, it's something along those lines.
Right.
They were talking about the, the last time you burned a CD.
Holy shit.
And not realizing that was the last time you were going to do it. You know, they were talking about something like that.
Right?
Dude, it had me screaming because I started thinking about all the CDs I used to burn. And the first time I did it, I was like, oh, my God. It was like making your own mixtape.
You're like, oh, this is going to change the world. And you felt like, shit, I burned my own shit.
Dog, I had a suitcase of burned CDs. They were all, if I remember right, Memorex. And, dude, I made,
Did you have a label maker?
yeah, printed labels on them.
Yup.
Dog. And then I would take on my computer. It might have been, no, it wasn't a word processor at that point. That was already passed. Make like a little, my own little.
Oh, yeah, the little case covers?
Yeah, to say what songs were on it.
What is it, the little jewel case inserts?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they were just talking about the last time you burned a CD was the last time you were going to burn a CD and you didn't even know it.
Fuck. Did you ever buy, like, I was going through CDs like crazy. So
When you
I
say
would buy
like the
big ones, like 100,
like a
100,
stack.
150.
Kid.
Yeah, right?
They're in a round stack.
Yep.
Well, because they're round, obviously.
I was gonna let it go. I wasn't gonna get you for that, because I would have said the same shit. And then they started when they started to slow down the sales of them. You could buy like two for the same price. Oh shit! I think I still got half a stack that are unwritten in my room right now. Blanks. The one I never did, and I know I got a few blanks laying around somewhere, was DVDs. I never got into doing DVDs.
I never did. I never burned a DVD.
I had I used to go to this barber shop in Bakersfield, and you would go in and the dude would have he had like 2-3 stacks. So what that is you had your main CD player on top, right? And then 2 DVD burners down below. So he would have the one that he was copying, and then 2 that he was copying below. So he had 3 of those running at the same time. And then it became DVDs after a while. He was burning DVDs that way. You go, my boy had like your fucking Fire Stick. You'd go in there, you'd go in for a $20 haircut and come out like $60 in with a stack full of music and DVDs.
I have to admit, it's been a minute since this happened to me. While we were watching Wolverine, dude, perfect quality.
Right?
Somebody got up and walked away. My wife was like, somebody, I was like, yeah.
So that's just so you feel like you there, babe. Don't trip. Fuck, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I think I still have CDs at the crib. I don't know why. I don't even think you can sell them now.
No, I got a big old fucking box of them or a bag of them. Like, I think it was about that big, dude. And it's a leather case. It's fucking nice. And it's filled. I got all the cases. I got all the CDs in there. I couldn't get $10 for it.
Yeah. I mean, and I don't think that's something that's going to make a comeback.
No. Nobody's ever gonna say, "Man, I wish I had my old CDs back." Can you even buy a CD player anymore?
No, I don't think so.
Everything is Bluetooth, right?
Yeah.
Do you have any of your old iPods?
Yeah. I got my first one, which is the black and white. It's got the dial in the center.
Right. I have.
Not that it works, but
I think I have three of them. Three of the 30 gig. I think they were like the second or third generation ones. Probably about the height of a pack of cigarettes, about the width, but real thin, and the same, and had the dial, and all that same shit. And then, do you remember where you could buy skins
yeah.
for iPods? I got one with skin, one without.
Hey, when you think about it, because I had the original joint, not the original, because the original actually had other buttons for fast forward and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then they went into the single circular dial.
Right.
That's the one I got. The first one I got.
Okay.
And then, but throughout, dude, we had the little tiny shuffles that
Oh yeah.
was smaller than a matchbook.
Yeah, they were like a little cube, right?
Yeah, and it just had the circle on it. No dot, no screen. We've had the skinny ones, like a pack of gum.
Right.
We had the short, fat ones with not fat, but more square. Yeah, we must have had probably 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah, different versions,
Yeah.
right? Fuck. And then they had the iPod Touch,
Yeah.
which is
And I remember when I bought that joint, I was like, man, this is the shit right here.
how long did it take you to end up buying it? Only because you had the 4 for fucking I don't know last week.
The iPod Touch?
Yeah.
Well, was when I got the 14. This phone, my 14, or is it a 13?
Wait. You bought a Touch when you bought that?
No. I still had my Touch. I still used it.
Oh, okay. And you don't use it anymore?
No,
Why?
because I do everything from the phone.
From the phone?
Manny actually talked me into it.
Oh, you said just do it on your phone?
He was like, dude, get the new phone. You don't have to use your iPod anymore. Da-da-da. And I bit the bullet and I did it. And sure enough, yeah, worked out.
Yeah, because the only difference though now is that when you're on iTunes, you don't actually buy the music.
No, you can. Because I still bought some songs, believe it or not. But you see, there's a difference though. There's iTunes and there's Apple Music. They're two
Okay.
different things. Apple Music is what everybody does now, which I don't understand. I don't understand Apple Music, and I don't understand Spotify. I don't get it.
It's like a service. You just go in and you can make lists of songs that you want, and you can have like
Like what I did with my iTunes.
I know you wouldn't like a gym, a workout playlist, like you know what I mean. Your playlist for different shit that you do, like.
Well, I mean, I still have, I believe. I could look, but whatever. Like my Christmas songs playlist,
Right.
that I used to play during the Christmas parties, my annual Christmas party.
Right.
But now it's like you open up Pandora and go to the Christmas station, and they got like 3 or 4 of them.
So you don't use Spotify or
No,
what do you call it? You use Pandora.
I use Pandora and I Sirius XM.
Okay.
But from what I understand, Spotify, you pick songs and you have your songs.
Correct.
So it's similar to what my iTunes is. It's the songs that I have that if I want to go to a particular playlist, I can play it.
Say that again.
Similar to my iTunes, I have my songs that I own.
Right.
They're broken. They can be broken up, and they are in the playlists, like a workout playlist.
Right.
You could do that with Spotify, which I think that's what it is.
Spotify, you don't have to own the music.
Right. But
Right.
it's the same thing.
Right.
You just go into the playlist.
Yeah,
But-
and choose what you want.
Yeah. And then you're always listening to those songs in that playlist.
Right. And then
So-
you can always listen
Yeah.
to new songs and whatever you want.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it.
When it was either Manuel's 50th or his wife's 50th. He shot me the playlist. I think it was his wife's
Okay.
to play in the beginning because it was themed. So the playlist was for the theme. So I think I was playing it, and like a commercial came up, and he was like, "Dude, what is this?" And I'm like, "It's the playlist you gave me." He's like, "No, it's a commercial." I was like, "Yeah, I know." I said, I shouldn't say, "Yeah, I know." It was like, okay. He's
Yeah,
like, are you not paying for Spotify? And I was like, no, I don't pay for no Spotify. He's like, oh, dude. And he's switched phones. He's like, no, use mine. So if you pay for it, you don't get no commercials. I'm like, all right, bro. Hey, my
Wow.
bad. I don't pay for no Pandora. I don't pay for SiriusXM. And the reason I don't pay for SiriusXM is because when I got it for Howard Stern.
Okay.
And when I was told about it, even though he's been there for a decade at this point, my uncle from New York, we would talk about him, and he was like, man, you really got to listen, that it's funny. So at this particular time that I looked into it, they had a
Special.
like $200 lifetime subscription.
Oh shit.
One time only. Like you pay you $200 and you have a lifetime. And I did it.
So you don't have it forever.
I have it forever.
Oh, that's kind of dope.
Yeah.
I never really cared for XM or Sirius. I couldn't get into it. Just I don't know.
Well, the funny thing is when I first got it, it wasn't at the beginning stages, but it was still not as popular. It wasn't like it is now. It wasn't Wi-Fi.
Right, it was still up and coming.
You had to get the antenna.
Oh, okay.
That all that shit. So, I wanted to listen to it while I worked.
Did you have a backpack with the antenna in
No.
it? Oh.
And this was a real thing. And it worked until you walked under like a house, eaves of a house or a tree. The earphones with the strap that went over your head had the antenna in it. And I had one of those joints.
Oh, that's fucking
And
hilarious.
the earphones, kid, dead ass, was the foam joints that sat on top of your ear. Like the
Wow.
covers were the foam joints.
Your fucking ears were hot as fuck, I bet, dude. Sweating like crazy.
And it would suck if you didn't get it. Like I would jump. Like I'm driving from house to house. So I'm driving for like a minute or two to the next house.
Right?
So bro, I don't get a signal when I was in there. So like I would get in, and after about 20 seconds it would cut out. And then when I got out, after about 20 seconds it would resume. It was all bad, kid.
Fuck.
And I must have looked like a dumbass.
You know, I don't remember what the fuck I was watching, dude, but they're talking about, our bodies and change with the times, right? Like something's gonna happen to our pinky because of the way we hold the phone. Make sense? Like your pinky's underneath.
Like it adapts through the generations.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So they were talking about. I remember when I first started radio, and I'd wear headphones all the time. That I'd leave the house and my hair was done nice, and combed back, it looked good. I get to work, 6 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, hair looked good. I'd put the fucking headphones on, and by the time I'm off the air, I'd have a little divot in my hair. And I wore them loose because I didn't want the divot, or I started to wear them towards the back. So the strap was over the back of my head, and it wasn't really touching it. It was hovering, right? But they were showing a picture of what kids are going to start to look like because they fucking wear those over the head headphones when they're gaming.
Uh-huh.
And their heads are going to go where the top is round, but it's going to have
a divot
in it due to that fucking headphone strap on the top. How fucking weird is that?
Now, let me ask you this. If the mother Dumb question. I probably just answered. I was gonna say if she got like if she had like a big nose and she got that fixed, obviously her children will have that prominent nose.
How ugly do you think Khloe Kardashian's kids are gonna be? And the reason why, because like
What?
she's gonna hold on, because she's gonna go take family photos and they're gonna be like, "Whose fucking kid is that? You don't look like that, mommy. Why don't we look like you? Oh, because you ain't had 30 surgeries yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Why couldn't you just say how different are they gonna look from her?
well, because it's not as funny and it's not as passionate and it's not as passionate. Okay, how different, how alien like are her children gonna look? No, I'm just kidding.
Off the subject, but this just reminded me of. I heard somebody say this, and we were talking about generational, life and all that
Right?
good stuff. Somebody said, I don't know where I heard it. Your lifespan in years is similar to a roll of toilet paper.
Your lifespan in years. Okay.
So when you get that fresh roll of toilet paper, it's all big. You got endless amount of toilet paper.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how you are when you're young. You don't think about shit. You just know, I'm living
You just
forever.
pulling on that
Dude,
shit.
you're just living forever. You don't think about your end of your life.
Right.
When you get towards the middle of that roll, you look and you're like, I ain't got that much left. Like I don't feel the same way.
I'm about halfway done.
Yeah, and then when you start running out of that toilet paper, you're like, yo, days are numbered.
Yeah.
As you get older, you start thinking, yo, I don't have that much time left.
I gotta wipe my ass differently.
I got I got to be bit more careful with it. I'm not so careless. I'm not using it up like I would have.
Right.
And I'll be honest with you, I was like, that's kind of true.
Yeah.
Because when you start looking at the end of that roll, you're like, I don't have that much no more.
What do you feel like you do differently now than 20 years ago? Top thing. What's the first thing you think of when I say that?
Top thing. What do I think about?
Drive.
Drive.
Yeah, I drive differently than I did when I was 20 years ago.
Yeah. I think me is more of I stay home a lot more. A, I really like my home.
Right.
B, a lot less can happen to me in my home than it can if I were away from my home.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. I've reached a point to where there's a different relationship with food, especially now these last couple of years. Even this last year, I'm more, let me put it this way. 20 years ago, 10 years ago, I would eat my kids' crust from their pizza slices that they didn't want.
Right.
Because, that's good stuff right there.
Hey, what are you doing throwing that away?
Hell yes. And they'd be like, yo, you want the crust? I'd be like, hell yeah, I want the crust.
You can feed all kinds of families in Africa with this.
Now, no, I don't eat their crust no more. It's just...
Here, throw my crust away too.
What do they call that? The push off from the table?
Yup.
The push away? That I could do.
So, now that you mention that, because I thought about you yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Ooh.
A friend of mine...
I'm right here.
A friend of mine got sick
I'm right here.
and had to go home from work because his kidneys were hurting. He ended
How
up...
do you know when kidneys are hurting?
Because I called him and found out...
No. I mean, how do you know? What's that feeling like?
I guess he had burning towards his back, like where your kidneys would be. Like he felt uncomfortable and could feel like... I guess maybe when he went to go to the bathroom, I'm not really sure if that... Because when I had a stone, it was a dull, painful pain. It wasn't fire, but apparently his was fire. And then they ended up giving him a little bit of medicine and he'd be fine. But I thought about, man, you've been dealing with the little whatever you got going on for a while. How many doctors have you gone to go see?
I have 3 doctors right now.
So do you see all 3 of them, or you're on your 3rd doctor?
No, I see all 3 of them at different times.
So how long have you been dealing with this, Tony?
Well, I'm dealing with 2 things. The newest one, I'm not necessarily seeing anybody for it. They all are aware of it. You know, my eating,
Right.
you know, throwing up and stuff. They're all aware of it. And they think it has to do with a hernia that they all knew about.
Okay.
But the reason why they know about the hernia is because of my blood issue when they're, you know, doing the colonoscopy and the endoscopy. So I have my main doctor,
Okay.
which you see once a year or when something goes wrong.
Okay.
But because of my blood issues, I went to the dude that does the colonoscopies and stuff.
Okay.
And then because it hasn't been handled, now I'm seeing a blood doctor who just looks at my blood and says, you need more iron.
Okay.
He's kind of like not in charge of figuring out why I'm running low. He just says, you're low, come in for a refuel.
Okay. So he like to do the Jiffy Lube. He just go in there,
Right.
change your oil, let you know, hey, you probably want to see somebody because
Right.
your oil wasn't right.
And I saw him today.
Okay.
So I'm doing a little bit better.
So 3 doctors, you about a year and a half?
No, 4 years?
4 years?
Yeah.
And no answers.
No answers.
And you got to go back next week. Is that correct?
I've got a procedure next week, another endoscopy. They go down my throat.
So this will be the third in 2
time
years?
doing that. Third time, probably in 3 years.
In 3 years.
Doing that.
And no answers.
No answers.
Dude, that just goes to show you how, like, look, doctors and mechanics are a lot alike. Because, you know, you go in to go see a mechanic. Hey, what's wrong with your car? Hey, you know, when I give it gas, it doesn't go the way it used to. It kind of sputters and it makes a funny sound and it's coming from the right. What kind of sound? Whatever noise you decide you want to try to make, right? So now it's up to this one guy that's maybe gone to school and is pretty knowledgeable about sounds that your car should make and shouldn't make. So he says, all right, well, I'm going to take your car for a test drive and see if I can get it to make that sound so that it'll help me deduce what's wrong with your car, right? So, or what could be wrong with your car. So the guy jumps in your car, takes off, comes back. I wasn't able to get it to make that noise. However, it did do this. I think this is the problem. Great. Part's going to be such and such. It's going to cost you this much to change it. But we're not sure that that's the exact problem. But we need to start there. Because we know that's an issue. All right. So you go in, you change that part, and then you get a phone call. Mr. Pacheco, I changed the part on that car. That part now seems to be working great. I was able to make that noise that you were talking about, coming from the right-hand side when you're giving it gas. Remember you told me? Yes. I believe this is the problem. Part's going to cost you such and such. It's going to cost you this much to fix. All right, yeah, go ahead and do it. So mechanic goes back, changes it out, drives your car again. Hey, you know what? We were able to get away from that noise, but after we changed that part, your car started doing this. We know what it is. To fix it, it's going to cost you this and this amount of, what do you call it? And this is going to be the total. All right, well, if I can fix it, you're there. So you fix it. Now you're 3 surgeries in on your car, and it's finally running right, and it cost you $3,500. Right? You've gone to the doctor. Hey, well, we think it's this. We're going to run this test. Hey, we think it's this. We're going to run this test. Hey, while we were looking for this, we found this. I think you need to do this. You need to try that. Let us know how that works. And if that works, then we're going to change this, this, and this. By the way, come back next week. We're going to run that same test over again to see if things have corrected. That way we could change A, B, and C. By the way, you owe us $6,000 up to now. Sound about right?
Yeah. And it's funny you mentioned that because somebody called the house today. Yes, I still have a house phone and left a message from the place I'm going next week.
Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Pacheco, da-da-da, in regards to your appointment next week, da-da-da. Just want to make sure you're aware. We contacted your insurance, and there will be a balance due upon arrival. Your copay, da-da-da. So if there's going to be a problem, let us know beforehand so we can figure it out. I'm like, yeah, it's always about the money.
Hell yeah, there's going to be a problem. I can't work because I can't eat. I can't shit. I got to burp all day long. And y'all ain't fixed nothing.
Well, the dude I saw today, the blood guy,
Right?
and believe it or not, I was really surprised. When he came in, he was like, I saw you in the waiting room. Because I haven't seen him since, I think, March. He's like, I saw you in the waiting room, and I didn't know it was you because you lost so much weight. He goes, so I went and looked at your chart that you did, because they upload all that information. He goes, and I noticed that you lost like over 20 pounds. He goes, so I saw the notes from the doctor that does the colonoscopy because I saw him last week. And you explained to him about, you burping and you having problems with your stomach, your digestion. And so I'm surprised that the information is going between them. Because, it's usually, I don't know what's going on. You saw somebody else, but sure enough, they're sharing notes. So I was pleasantly surprised.
And you should be, that's really good that the doctor, well, I guess there's two ways to look at it. Either the doctor had a oh shit moment or a oh shit moment when he saw you and noticed that you lost 20 pounds, like a oh shit, maybe he's doing better, and it's, you know what I mean? He's changed
it was, it was the other one.
It was
like oh shit. And so that's when he went to go look at the other doctor's notes.
Yeah, see, that's not good. It's good that they're sharing information and that they have it, but maybe had he read it before the oh shit, he wouldn't have had the oh shit. You know what I'm saying?
But remember, I went to the emergency room a few months ago.
Yeah.
They didn't have that information because I was explaining to him everything, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I don't get that. I didn't have that. I don't have that information. I'll try and get it, read up on it."
Okay.
Because he was asking if I did like a CAT scan and stuff like that. I was like, "Yeah, they put me in that tube." He was like, "All right, I want to look at that."
Wow. That's crazy what our life comes to, bro.
Doctor's appointments and pills, kid.
The only tubes we were worried about getting in were the ones at fucking Splash Mountain or whatever the fuck that's called. Or inner tubes, you know what I'm saying? And now it's like, hey, we got to go in and get fucking tested.
You got to go to that doctor over there. You got to come to this doctor over here. Pissed me off because I have to get blood work to see this blood doctor like a week before so they get the results to see where I'm at.
Right.
Like I said, I'm doing a lot better, but I'm still not where I should be.
Right.
Considering the medication I take. In other words, I take iron pills every day, and I'm still low. So, but I made an appointment to get my blood done last Wednesday, matter of fact, because my visit with him was today. And the blood place, the lab, was like, we don't have orders for you. And I was like, because they always do this, and I forgot to call to make sure that the orders were sent because it's happened in the past. So they were like, if you call them and say, hey, you're here, you for your appointment, but we don't have what they want, what test they want, they can fax it over. Cool. So I called them, and they're like, yeah, we can fax it over, but it's not until the 9th. What are you talking about? You can't get your test done until the 9th, and today's the 7th. I'm like, you being serious? 2 days? What's the big deal? But sure enough, they wouldn't let me do it.
Really?
So I had to go back. And the reason why I did it on Wednesdays is because Wednesdays are like
Your easy days, right?
Easy days. So with me not liking needles, I went Friday morning. So, for half the day, I had to work with that little tissue and tape on my arm.
Right, because that gets in the way so much.
Well, I'm paranoid, and I'm babying this arm, my left arm, because I told her I said do the left because I'm working, and my right has dominant. So I'm like babying it,
She said,
cradling
do the
it.
left because I haven't rubbed no one out today, so I need full range of motion on my right. Fuck, bro. So, but no, but like, because I was, I said I was thinking about you, and then my boy ended up going to the doctor, and I'm like, fuck, I need to go see a doctor. I'm fucking 52, and both my boys have fucking old ladies that make them go to the doctor, and neither one of them fuckers are completely healthy right now. Maybe I should go see a doctor and make sure I'm taking the medicine I'm supposed to be taking. So, it's like, fuck, bro. Guys are.
Do you take any medication now?
Yeah, I still take all the heart stuff and whatnot. And they have me set up for 3 months. I think I have this last refill, and then next month I'll have to go back and let her see what's going on, see what's happening, make sure everything's good. But shit, ever since I started taking those again, much more energy. I feel better, so that's good.
The job that you had that you lost.
Yes.
Did you have health insurance with them?
Yes.
But you didn't use it because you did the.
Indian, yeah.
And does the new job have health insurance?
Yes. And I pay for it there too. And I looked it up. As a matter of fact, today I got a call when we're done. I had to call and see if I can get a chiropractic appointment for Friday. I'm gonna go see a dentist on Friday. I got all kinds of shit to do.
On the res, or
I'm gonna try to do it here. Because by the time I drive to the res with gas and my time, it's more than if I just paid the, $10 or $20 or whatever it is to go see a doctor here. You know what I mean? So.
Well, from what I understand, I could be wrong.
You're wrong.
It's not my world. I don't think it's gonna be that easy just to pick up the phone and make a doctor's appointment.
Yeah, they don't happen that fast, right? Well,
from what I understand.
Yeah, chiropractic is probably a little bit different. The doctors,
right,
probably about a month and a half out.
And then you got to see if they take your insurance, stuff like that.
Right.
Like my old lady deals with all that.
Yeah.
And we're already established.
See what I'm saying, though?
Well, yeah, I see what you're saying. But, I mean, again, we've been in the mix for 25 years because we've been married.
Right.
So it's, we're grandfathered in is what I'm trying to say.
No, I got you. I mean, I understand
you're a rookie trying to get into the game.
Right.
Be ready. Because if you thought calling to get your little solar panel and being on hold and, or I should say your unemployment, being on hold all those days, all them hours.
I was cool on unemployment, dog. I never had to call. I set my shit up online. I was good.
So what was it that you was on calls for? Was it? I could have sworn you was like having a tough time because you'd be calling people being put on hold for so long. I could be wrong.
It may have been about the solar because they weren't calling me back for a while. It was the County Riverside was hard to get a hold of for the building department. They were fucking. Nobody ever answered. You'd call the office at different times of the day. Nobody ever answers. And then nobody wants to give you answers, or they talk to you like you're a fucking contractor. Hey, dude, I just got here. I'm a homeowner. Like, what do you know what I mean? Like, buy a house. It's gonna be great. You'll love it. Rent. You keep on renting. Everything gonna be all right.
Oh snap! Speaking of rent, there was an earthquake in L.A. Did you hear about that?
Yes.
And my daughter, she was in the mix. She texted us. she had to make a split decision, kid. It was bad enough to where she either had to save her TV from rocking or her bottles from rocking. She chose the TV because she's like, bottles can be replaced.
I can't watch the bottles. Yeah. That shit just reruns. I'm good.
She was like, I had to run to the TV because it was like sweat. It was like rock tilting back and forth, and it would have tipped over.
Wow. See, Dad had you wall mounted. She could have saved the bottles.
My wife was telling you should have jumped under your table. She's like, I can't save the TV from the table.
That's fucking hilarious. But she was all right. Nothing. The apartment was good.
Yeah.
Because a 4.4, that's a pretty good
It
shake,
was
dude.
pretty good. Yeah, she said it was pretty good.
And they always seem like they fucking last forever. And then you watch the fucking news. Yes, a 10 point or a 4.4 10-second fucking earthquake happened today. But like 10 seconds? Shit was like an hour and a half.
Well, it's centered in Pasadena,
Okay.
and like their city hall, I saw it on the news. Like pipes broke in the city hall building where like it was flooding out. It was a
Really?
trip, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see all that. They keep saying that there was a report today saying that there was so many different earthquakes happening now and happening just off of that rim right here off the ocean that we're heading towards our major earthquake that they've been talking
We've
about
been going
since
through that
for how many years. So
decades.
yeah. But fuck, dude, could you imagine though, if that shit really happened though, dude? Would you be ready? Oh yeah, here we go again. I know.
Here we go. I think it is Apple TV. I was scrolling on it, and bro, they had your shows, The Walking Dead, the spin-offs, the Daryl one and the other one with the dude and the chick, and I was like, should I watch it? I was like, oh hell no, I ain't watching that bullshit.
Sucker. You won't watch that gives you a definitive ending, but you'll watch fucking M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong movies.
Absolutely not.
That dude's fucking terrible. That aggravates me about him. I don't know why, dude. I don't know why that bothers me so bad. Just end the fucking movie. Tell us how it ends.
You saw Basic Instinct. Everybody saw that.
You know, I don't think I saw it.
Sharon Stone?
I saw that part, but I never watched the movie.
Because that one didn't end. I mean, you didn't know if she was actually the killer or not. So.
Yeah, but you got to see her hoo-ha.
Sopranos.
I never watched that either. I never watched it all the way through.
You never watched Sopranos?
Mm-mm. I didn't have HBO at the time that it was on.
We didn't either. If I remember right, one of her sisters would record it on a VHS, and we'd borrow it the following week.
Dude, and I have it. I have the DVDs. Just ain't got a DVD player. I have HBO now. I've watched certain ones. I got to where I started getting weird when he started fucking around with the ducks. I was like, why are you fucking with the ducks?
Yeah, I don't remember any of that.
No?
No.
Where he had ducks in his pool in the backyard, and he goes and actually gets in the fucking pool with the ducks, and then he builds a little ramp for them to get in and out.
I don't remember that at all.
And he's all depressed when they leave because they got to fly south. Yeah, I was like, this fucker. I would much rather watch Analyze This and Analyze That.
Those were good movies.
They
weren't that bad.
Yeah, with Robert De Niro and what's the guy's name?
Billy Crystal?
Billy Crystal. That he's been pretty good about reinventing himself over the years too. But he doesn't like reinvent himself like a new character. He's the same character, he just figures out how to get back in. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What was that one? Not the Western, but what
City Slickers.
City Slickers. That was actually pretty good.
Yeah. The old man that comes out in that movie and the two co-stars.
I don't remember. I just remember it was a good movie.
The old man made the movie for me, because he was really like that Marlboro Man kind of fucking figure, old white boy kind of thing. You know what I mean?
And the weird thing is, because you had to go to the movies to watch these movies,
right?
Everyone's seen them,
right?
And now that you can watch anything, it's like people don't watch the same stuff, so we can't discuss.
Right, and I remember being going to a movie, and that you had to remember pieces of it, and then throughout whenever you're talking or wherever, you throw out like a slick line from a
Yeah.
movie. Oh shit,
Yeah.
that movie, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, people still. I think my nephew does that. He likes to talk like a line from a movie,
Every once in a while, I've caught him doing it. Yeah,
and sometimes you're like, yeah, I didn't watch that one. Where back in the day, everybody knew it because everybody watched the same movies.
right. Now nobody. You're right. Like,
That movie I just Knox is whatever. I mean, that's probably a movie that everyone would have seen, and we could have talked about it.
and it's so like movies don't stay in theaters that long anymore. Even if like they even make it there, a lot of them go straight to digital release.
Which I think happened to this one.
Really? Oh, the Knox movie.
Yeah.
It's possible. It seems like the older you get, the harder it is to be like the main character of a movie. Like, okay, so here's one I don't understand. I think he's a good actor. I think he acted great in a movie. And because of the popularity of that movie, in one chunk of lines, he's been typecast in that same kind of movie ever since.
The Asian dude.
Who?
The Asian dude from The Hangover.
No, but you're probably right though. That's pretty damn close. Liam Neeson. Ever since he came out in fucking Taken
Yeah.
and said, "I have a very special set of skills," people lost their shit, and now he's been in every unbearable fucking action movie.
Yeah, and before that, he was in different types of movies, playing different types of characters.
Right.
Yeah, you're
Ever
right.
since was it Walk Amongst the Gravestones or Tombstones or whatever the fuck it is? Taken 1, 2, and 3. Snowplow or whatever the fuck that movie was. The one where he's on the fucking train. There was one where he's on. He's an air marshal.
He's like the Steven Seagal now. Too
Yes.
old to play those characters, but yeah, he still does it.
But he's keeping it pushing. He tried. The fucking hard part was like, so I think it was. I don't think it was the first one. Maybe it was. The first one where he had to chase the dude at the airport, and they filmed him running in like regular old man shoes or like loafers or shoes like that, like a hard bottom soled shoe, and he's running and he looks like, dude, my fucking knees hurt, get this shit in one take because I'm not running again. Like, he looked like he was in pain, and he just looked awkward doing that part, and you're looking at him and you're thinking, I believe that you got a special set of skills, but sprinting is not one of them, my friend.
There is a video. I've seen it. I saw it years ago of a dude running, and he, different styles of running,
Okay.
but as actors.
Really?
And dude, to a T, he said, "This is Tom Cruise." Like, it's not. He didn't say it, but like the words. He's like Tom Cruise, and you see him running, and he runs just like Tom Cruise. And it says Steven Seagal, and he ran just like, because Steven Seagal ran with like loose hands and.
Oh yeah.
Liam Neeson maybe. I only Tom Cruise and Steven Seagal are the ones I remember. But it was like four or five, maybe 6 different, characters.
Right.
And sure enough, he ran just like them.
Huh.
Like Tom Cruise got a certain run. It was actually pretty funny.
I was watching an interview the other day on YouTube, and it was Michael Jai White.
Okay.
And it's not that I'm not a fan of the dude. I'm just not a fan of the dude. That makes sense?
Yeah.
I got nothing against him. Whatever, you know what I mean? He's cut his niche out. This is the kind of movie he makes. This is the role he's going to take. And for some reason, he's never made it big.
Well, no, he's been in a few different types of movies.
Like what?
Why'd I Get Married?
Uh-huh. What else?
Well, I'm not a fan to where I watch all his movies, but I know he plays the because of his build, like the Macho Man Fight Club type movies. But he was in other type of movies too. That's what I'm saying.
But what other kind of like? Okay, yeah, but that's like a Lifetime movie. You know what I'm saying? That was like a TV movie. I don't think that was.
No, it wasn't like a TV
Was
movie.
was it a big movie?
Yeah, they even made a sequel. Come on, kid. What's the dude's name?
Michael Jai White. And I know he's been in a lot of movies with this producer from out here. He's been in a couple of his movies. Michael Jai White is the B side. It could be why you like him. Like he's a B actor. He's not your A actor.
Right.
The same with the guy. He's a good actor, but he fucked up and pigeonholed himself as this kind of actor in this role, and he's been in some big movies with it. But nothing ever like.
You know what's funny?
I'm right.
Other than the two movies that I mentioned, yeah, they're all like sock 'em up. Yeah.
So they're interviewing Michael Jai White, and they're asking him, for some reason they brought up Steven Seagal,
Okay.
because apparently there was supposed to be some guff between him and Steven Seagal, and he said, yeah, well, Steven used to like to fuck up stuntmen and people that he'd be in the movie, like he would hit them hard, like he wouldn't just most of the time you cut your punch short, or you punch a certain way so that you're not hitting this person full force. He said, no, he says Steven Seagal was known for hitting fucking people. And they asked him, he said, so when you had, scenes with Steven, did he hit you? He said, come on, man. He said, Steven wouldn't do that. He said, no, that dude never. He said it was really funny that you bring that up. He said, because I was in the last movie that I made with Steven. I guess they were in Mexico or some shit. And it was all like, I was out there for like 3 weeks. And every day, I'm in my fucking trailer waiting to get called out, and they wouldn't call me out, and they wouldn't call me out. And finally, I asked what was going on. He said, hey, well, we're filming everything we can with Steven right now, and then we'll have you come in just to do the last scene on the last day. And he was like, all right. So apparently he ended up talking to somebody, and the makeup people were like, all right, so you're going to get him today, right? You're going to get him today, right? They wanted him to actually go in and fucking hit Steven Seagal on his last day, just to kind of give him a little piece of his medicine. And I guess he didn't, but I guess a lot of people were asking him to do that. The dude seems really cool, like when he talks, and he talks about, he's realistic about fight scenes and things like that. He's not cocky. He's not over about what he knows or what he can do. I mean, because he was a champion kickboxer at some point, right? If I remember correctly.
I have no idea.
The guy is very skilled at martial arts, and so he's very fucking humble. That's the one thing that the dude is like. That's cool. I hate when you get like a Conor McGregor that just, I'll beat the shit out of anybody. You know what I mean? Like, the fuck out of here. And but it's too bad that he was on a TV show too, right?
I don't know, but at the beginning of this conversation, it sounded you say you didn't like the dude.
Well,
now it kind of sounds like you're talking yourself out of it.
Well, like I said, it's not that I don't. I said I don't. What did I say? It's not that I don't like him. I just kind of don't like him. I don't really. Because his humbleness almost comes off cocky. Does that make sense?
You think it's fake? Because to be humble, you can't be cocky.
Yeah, but some people disguise their cockiness by trying to play humble. Does that make sense?
And that's what you're saying this guy's doing.
That's what it kind of seemed like at first, but now that I'm rethinking, like when I'm listening to the conversations, and I've watched a few, like he's on with Vlad a lot. This guy named Vlad on YouTube, and asking him questions about shit that had gone on, and other fighters, and like Jean Claude Van Damme and all that kind of shit. And I think he asked him about if he were ever to fight Wesley Snipes, who would win. But he's very humble, but almost like, yeah, it just comes off. Sometimes it comes off cocky, and I don't know if it's just me or if it's really that. Are you really humble, or are you really cocky? Like I can't get a, you know what I'm saying? Can't get a read for him.
I do, but it really sounds like you're really invested in this person.
Man, I saw one fucking interview. I'm trying to tell you about.
So off of this one interview, you felt he was humble. However, he could be faking it.
Yes,
I'm gonna get you his autograph.
it was a 5-minute fucking interview.
Dude,
What do you want to
bucket
do?
list for me, kid.
Shit.
You want me to try and get you a picture with him?
Nah, I'm good.
I think, like you said, nephew did a little acting in one of these, local movies, and think he was in it. Maybe we can set something up for you.
You know what's funny is yesterday when I was at work, I met an actor. One of my customers was an actor. He had come out in the Magnificent Seven with Denzel. He had been in the Blacklist. He had been in there was another one, another cowboy movie that he was in, and we were sitting there bullshitting. And he showed me because he was telling me that he was up for a part, and hopefully the dude gets it. He seemed like a really nice guy, and he showed me like his audition tape, I guess, if you would, and of all the different characters that he's played in all these. It's Sneaky Pete. He's been in all these different movies. I was like, oh shit, right on. And I mean, some I've seen everything that he's been in, but I didn't fucking recognize him at all. And so it's kind of cool though, like telling me the process of how it works, where you go in, and nowadays, so like before you'd go in and you'd do a what do they call it, an interview in Hollywood. You
Audition?
don't go. No, you'd go in and you do an audition, and then they'd call you back for a second audition if they like you, and then they'd call you back with the part, right, with the offer. Now you go in and do an audition, then they put a pin in you if they like you, and then if you get it, they call you and tell you, hey, we want you to do this. We want you to do this part. So they liked them for the part. They said you got a pin in the part and find out.
You got a picture with him? Let me see it.
Nah, I didn't.
I know you got a selfie. Come on.
I don't rock like that, bro. I've never been a fucking fanboy like that. That's why I got very few pictures of my radio days. You know, never fanboyed out.
Only because we're talking about Hollywood. One of my homeowners' father was visiting.
One of my homeowners. Okay.
And and when I say that, it's because the actual homeowner, they're younger than me. Which is a trip. It's kind of like I was younger than the people I worked for.
Right.
And now I'm starting to be older than them. So the actual father was probably like 5 to 10 years older than me.
Okay.
So we were talking. He's actually been here a few times. And one day we were talking, and he was telling me that his brother is a plumber. And that one night he had to go to work for Sylvester Stallone at his house.
Okay.
It was the night of a fight on pay-per-view or something like that.
Okay.
He wasn't hired to do any work. He was there, an electrician was there, a maid was there, and like a handyman was there.
Just in case shit happens.
Just in case something happened. They were put in maybe a guest house food, TV, everything, just to be there during the party.
How fucking money is that, bro?
Dog, can you believe that shit?
That's fuck you money.
There probably till midnight, just in case something went wrong with the satellite dish, with one of the TVs. If something sprung a leak, if somebody spilled something and needed it cleaned up.
Is that more than fuck you money? Is that fuck you I got it money? Is there something more than fuck you money? Is fuck you money the ultimate, or is that the ultimate?
You know what? I don't think that's fuck you money. That's money. But fuck you money is like throwing it away for nothing. That's fuck you. No, he didn't throw it away for nothing. I got guests here, and if something goes wrong, I got to have the plan.
Yeah, bro, but
That's not fuck you money. That's not throwing it away. That's investing in something that might not come to fruition.
Yeah, but think about it. How many people in the world have had a full staff of one of everything that could go wrong at your house? Like, could you imagine?
That's money. That's
Yeah.
not fuck you money. Fuck you money is I'm buying this Tesla. I drive it for a day. I don't like it, and I give it away.
I think you'd say different if he called, hey, yo, Tony. Yeah, I'm throwing a party this weekend. I need a pool guy just in case somebody, tosses their cookies and shits at the pool. You got it? Yeah, forget it. You know what I mean? Like, and you're sitting in the pool house down the way just in case somebody throws up in the pool. That's not fuck you money?
I don't think so. Again, you're paying for a service.
Let me put it to you this way. Say you're a guest at the house, right? Oh shit, sorry Stallone, I fucked up. Fuck you, I got it. Hey, go get fucking Tony from the pool house. Go get the pool guy.
You see, but that's the thing. I don't think he would do it like that. No problem. We'll get it handled. Don't worry about it. And then he talks to who's ever in the house, his assistants that's in the main house with them. Hey, got a problem in the bathroom. Bathroom number 16. Could you go ahead and get the...
How dope would it be if he had like a red light in that room with like a a number bar, right? So like number 1, that means the cleaning lady come up. Number 2, hey, something's wrong with one of the bathrooms. You know what I mean? Number 3, whatever, right? And you see the light go off, and all of you are fucking looking at it, like waiting for your fucking number to come up, and see if you gotta go to work that night or not. How crazy would that be, dude?
Yeah.
I don't.
That's doing it right.
Would you go and sit there and wait?
Well, obviously you're getting paid great money to do it. It's night, probably a Friday or Saturday night. I mean, dog. Let's say you got to be there for 6 hours.
Okay.
You got to be broken off really well to sit for 6 hours. You're not taking any other calls. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a weekend. Yeah, you're getting a bag like crazy.
So let me ask you a question. How many pulls do you do in an hour?
In an hour?
Yeah.
Let's say 3.
Okay. So 3 pulls in an hour. You charge. What's a normal cost when you do one pool? Or like one
charge by the month.
Okay. So you charge what?
Let's say $200.
$200 a month. So let's say
there's 8 visits in a month.
8 visits in a month?
2 a week.
Holy shit, bro. So it's like $12.50 a visit?
Okay. I'm not going to do the math right quick, but all right.
So
8 into 400, 200, $15 a stop.
Let's call it $25 a stop just to make it easy math.
Okay.
So that's $75 an hour.
Okay.
Right? So if you're there for 6 hours, call it $100 an hour, that's $600.
Okay.
Okay? Plus you're missing out on 3 every so that's another $600 because we're going to call it $100 for each
Well,
hour?
no, you would. The way you got to look at it is an emergency call for a plumber to come out. It's probably $150 an hour.
Okay.
Okay, he wants you to come to his house and sit there for 6 hours.
So that's $1,000.
So let's say $1,000. Now you got to be quiet about it. I mean, obviously I found out, but you ain't trying to spread the word. I'm going to Sylvester Stallone's house.
Right.
The he's gonna break you off. So you're probably making $3,000 to $5,000
Okay.
just to sit there for those 6 hours in case something happens.
Yeah, bro, that's fuck you money. Because you're talking $3,000 to $4,000 for each person, and you're talking 5 people. So that's $10,000 sitting in a room for just in case. When was the last time you spent $10,000 on, maybe?
Well, I still don't think it's fuck you money. That's just money. That's what money gets you.
You don't think that's fuck you money?
No, not at all. I'm not saying he don't have it,
Okay.
but I'm saying for that expense, that's not fuck you money.
Okay, so in your bank account, $1 million, not fuck you money.
No.
$2 million? Almost.
Oh, wait, hold on. Me personally?
Just people in general.
No.
$1 million in the
No.
bank, is it fuck you money?
No.
2 million?
No.
3?
No.
Can we skip all the millions and go into billions?
Okay, now if you got $1 billion, I'll say you got fuck you money. Yes.
Okay, so at $1 billion, it would be fuck you money.
Yes.
What if you had 500 million? Half of that. Is that fuck off money?
No, that's just money.
That's just money?
Yeah.
Is it one day I'm going to be able to say fuck you money? Or is that more 750?
If you're increasing it, then yes, one day you will have it.
Okay.
But no, I don't think 500 million.
I think I would be okay with. I have money.
What?
Yeah, I think I'd be okay with just 500,000. I'd be okay, or I'm sorry, 500 million.
Oh, I would definitely be. But you figure at 500 million, your monthly nut, because you're going to have a nice house.
Right.
You're going to have staff for that nice house. So you still got bills to pay. That's why it's not fuck you money.
Yeah, you definitely got to learn how to manipulate or play with your money to keep the most of it as you can.
So, for example, if you won the lottery right now and you won $1 million, $1 million, are you quitting your job?
No, I couldn't.
Exactly.
Because if you take it,
no. Let's say you do get the million.
okay, it's 1 million is what I got.
Yes, your bank account tomorrow has $1 million.
It's not enough for me to quit
Exactly. I don't think so either.
at all. Now, if
I'm taking it easy.
right, I might back off a few things.
Yeah, hey, can we do part time?
Right.
But I'm not. No, I don't have enough money to stop.
Part time, and I'm taking everybody I love to Disneyland for one day.
Part time, I'm taking it vacations. I can find a job that can do that.
Right.
They'll appreciate the time that I do give them.
Now,
Because I'm not giving them headaches. I'm not, it's like, but this is how it is.
I think for 1 million, I could take a tropical vacation and buy a business there, buy a bar, and live there, and work.
I don't know if you can even do that with $1 million.
Yeah.
Bro,
Well,
unless
because-
you go to, some where the dollar is worth 5 times their dollar.
Why wouldn't I?
Well, I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But like, you get $1 million now. Let's say you don't own a home.
Okay.
Half of it is gone on a house.
Yeah. Because you're not gonna buy. Yeah, you're gonna at least 300,000. But the thing is, okay, so, but here's the thing though: if you have $1 million, you can't go and buy a house. You put down a good chunk of money on the house, and you'd have to buy it in January, and then you'd have to, put the minimum amount of money that you can and pay monthly for it. You put that money in some sort of escrow account so that it pulls the money out every month, and pays it, but you can't just go buy a house cash because that's not going to help you with your taxes because you're going to be paying taxes on $1 million. So if you spend $500,000 on a house, it's not going to give you the tax break the long tax break that you're looking for.
True. I mean, don't get me wrong. You're gonna have to figure some shit out.
Yeah.
But it ain't. I could quit my job and live off of it.
Fuck no.
So what amount is for you? I mean, let's not get crazy. 500 million, because let's be real.
I mean, well, you'd have to think about at least 5 million.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I think 5 million would allow you to take your money and move it around enough to where you could live off the interest, still do part time.
No, I think I would quit it with 5 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I could. But the thing is, I'm still living my lifestyle now. With
Right.
That 5 million.
So the question is though, so like if I were to do that, I think I would do. I would want to set my kids up each with a business, and then they would pay me out a little bit of each business, but the rest of the business is theirs.
Man.
Does that make sense?
You cold.
Like you run it, you do what you're gonna do.
You trying to get a siphon off of your kids. You just say you're gonna set them up, but they gotta pay you.
Yeah.
No wonder you don't get Christmas presents. Cold world up in here.
What do you mean? Why I don't
can't
get?
you set them up a business and say, okay, there you go.
Because I've been setting them up till now. I've been doing shit for them until now, and I ain't got no present. And I ain't got no present up until now.
Dog,
and I'm still willing to give them a business.
I can't believe you just said that.
Why not?
I cannot believe you said I'm gonna set them up with their own businesses, but they're gonna have to kick me down every month.
Yeah.
I cannot believe you just said that.
Why not? They got to buy the business back from me. It'll be in their name. They just gotta pay a little bit. Help daddy out.
Oh, dog.
Gotta keep me in my lifestyle.
You are the best. Don't ever change, homie. Don't ever change.
I don't plan on it. Shit. I'm gonna get my portion of it. I'm good.
You know, you know what? I'd have been happy with you saying, "Look, I'm gonna break them off. It's gonna hurt, but I'm gonna give them each $1 million and say, this is yours. Don't come with me. Don't spend it all in one place because it ain't coming again." But you're gonna say, "I'm gonna break you off a business, but you need to break me off every month."
You know what? If we were gonna do that, it would be $500,000 each, because we're talking 5 million, right?
Okay.
So it would have to be $500,000 each.
All right.
Because I don't think I could live off of 3 million.
Okay. Well, you could, but you ain't quitting your job, man.
But I ain't going to.
Okay. But still, I mean, I just had to talk you into doing that, though.
Well, no, because we could have done a nice business for a couple racks, 200,000 a piece. Or
just say you're carrying the loan for them. How's that?
how about I just pay off your bills that you owe now, and Daddy gonna go away. You all handle your business. I'm gonna have a satellite phone, and I might not always get signal. Holla at your papa. I don't know. What about you? What would it take you? Could you do 500 million? Could you do 5 million?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would quit at 5 million. I already told you that. I'd quit, but I would quit knowing, although I'm still living this lifestyle, there are perks. We are traveling, but we ain't.
Let me ask you a question, and I don't want you to answer it audibly. I want you to look at me, and if the answer is yes, I want you to blink. Okay? If you won $5 million and you were to quit your job, would you leave your wife?
Come on.
I'm just saying, would you retire on your own and be like, cool, baby, here's $1 million, I'm out. Do what you got to do.
No, because she's taking half anyways. I mean, my 5 is actually 2.5. If we went down that, not that we would, but if we went down that road, I mean, half. How did Eddie Murphy say it? Wow. Half. But no, 5 million.
Goody Google.
5 million. We just wouldn't work anymore, and we take more trips than we do now.
That's right. Because you was 2, and I remember now. Yeah.
What's that?
I said I remember now because you was two, not just one.
Yeah. So we would quit our jobs, and the kids would still have to do. The kids are doing their own thing. We'd set them up with a house. We'd set them up with a nice car, but yo,
Now it's only 5 million, bro. How you gonna give them each a house and a car? They're gonna have to choose. You want a car? You want a house?
don't ever change me, go.
I'm just saying.
No, we'd set them up with a house, with a car, and you ain't got a house payment, you ain't got a car payment. Do what you want to do, and enjoy your life. Because we just took out a very big expense for you, monthly expense.
I think you should do one or the other. I don't think you should do both.
So you think I'm gonna set up my kids with a nice house and have them roll up in a beat up Camry?
Why would she roll up in a beat up Camry? She ain't got no house payment. She not paying no rent no more.
Okay.
Why's there got to be a beat up Camry? Why
Because
can't
that's
she
what she
afford
drives.
it? So drive that to a nice car lot, and get you a nice car.
Because we don't do car payments in this family. So she rolling up, and you telling me my wife is gonna let her roll up to her nice crib in a beat up Camry?
So you're 5 million, or you 2.5. You're walking away with about $1 million. You're gonna keep working.
Dog,
When
I'm not buying them $1 million mansion. They each getting a $400,000 or $500,000 house with a car. That $1 million is gone. You want to tell me I'm not giving them my kids?
So I did the same thing. I just said in cash, I give them each 500.
No, what you said was let me put it this way. I'll be you, okay, with what I just said I'm going to give my kids.
Okay.
I'm going to give my kids a house, but they just going to pay me rent.
That's
A
not
little
bad
bit of
idea.
rent. Their rent is not going to be as high as it would have been if it
I'm
was
gonna charge
somebody
them
else.
$1,000 each. That's perfect. And then you put that money away for them, and then that way when
wasn't
you
gonna
pass,
be doing that stuff.
hell no. I'm gonna take that straight to the strip club, peeling it right off, making it rain. Make it rain. You make me sound like a bad dude, bro. I ain't like that.
Don't
Love
ever
my
change.
children.
You call it what you want.
Love my
I'm just
children.
gonna say don't change it.
I'm just saying. I just love my childrens. Trying to teach them at every angle. You know what I'm saying? Shit. They ain't gonna be helping me with my taxes or nothing no more. Least they could do is help daddy out in his retirement. Shit.
You're the one that
if-
got
if
all the
you-
money. How are they gonna help you out in retirement?
If you won $5 million, would you still take out your Social Security?
What do you mean take it out?
Would you still collect your Social Security?
Why wouldn't I?
Because you got $5 million.
Yeah, I would. I mean, if it's my money. I mean, would I donate it? I don't know, but am I going to take it? Hell yeah.
Why are you going to donate it?
I'm not saying I would. All I'm saying is, yes, I'm taking it. What I do with it is a different story. Maybe I put that towards the light bill.
Man, that big house you buy gonna have fucking off the grid fucking solar panels anyway. You're gonna put your own fucking energy source there at the house.
I'm still living in the same crib. What you talking about?
What? Really?
I like my house.
I didn't mean it like that. That came out wrong. I like your house too, but I was just surprised that you would. With $5 million.
But here's the thing. Would I get another house somewhere else? Maybe. Like a beach house? Maybe. Probably, I should say. Would I get a second home so we could go somewhere else? Yes. Would I get rid of this home? Probably not. I mean, the kids were raised in this house. I don't think I'd get rid of it.
So I'm just gonna throw this out there. When you buy a home for the kids with the $5 million,
When I buy my second home, when I buy their home.
when you buy their home,
Okay.
make sure you buy a home big enough for them that when you become unable to care for yourself, that they got room for you. So that you can come stay with them. You know what I'm saying? When you need help shopping or you need help doing whatever, you can go stay with them. I'm sure that would make room for you anyways, but I'm just saying.
Sounds like you talking to a mirror right now.
Could be.
I gotta make sure I get a big enough house for them so they take care of
Shit.
me.
I got to make sure I make this house bigger because these fools ain't going nowhere. Shit, whatever house, whatever $5 million I got to go buy me a house big enough for them to come stay. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't think I'd ever get rid of this house. It's the first one I bought, so you know what I mean. I'd be the same way. I'd come back and visit it.
You ain't got no sentimental value here. You only been here X amount of years.
This is the first house I bought.
Please, you're gonna give this to somebody.
Well, one of my kids, because they ain't leaving. I told you, I don't know how many times I got to tell you, they ain't going nowhere. They staying right here. They ain't going nowhere. I said something, and I don't know, Milo, today we had to do something outside. We were outside working on his car, and he was like, Dad, he said, honestly, he said, I can't live in the desert. He said, I can't stand it. It's too hot for me to take my shirt on. We can't be out here for more than 10 minutes working on the car because it's so fucking hot, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, it's not that hot out here. Like, it's workable. We can hang. And then I reached down and I put down, like, my, like most people, their tools are all chrome. And I sat mine down in the heat, not thinking. And he's telling me this shit. And in my head, I'm like, man, it ain't that hot. And I reached down and I grabbed that motherfucking ratchet. And once I had that shit in my hand, I was like, God damn, I'm right there with you. She got motherfucking hot. Woo, shit. The only place I would just buy me a retirement home, I think, for myself. But it'd be a big chunk of land, though. So I can put my chickens and all my animals and shit, you know what I mean? Then I got to have a living quarter for the person that's going to take care of them all, because I ain't going out there getting my shoes dirty. Just kidding. All right, dude. Any final words? Any love you got to shoot out?
Yeah, Griselda, her husband, Juan, turns 58 this Friday.
58?
Big Juan, yep.
Ooh-wee.
Happy birthday, Juan. Nephew's daughter, baby Mila, she turns 8 on the 22nd.
Wow.
8 years old.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Mila. My nephew's kid, my other nephew, AJ, his son turns 3 on the 25th. Little AJ, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And we're continuing the month-long celebration for my daughter. She turns 26 at the end of the month on the 25th.
Woo.
So she's got, what's today's date?
The 14th.
14th. She got another 16 days of celebration. So, take advantage. 17 days.
Can I ask how many gifts you bought her yet? Have you bought her 14? One for every day of the month?
No, come on. Is she getting multiple gifts? Probably. But it's more like little stuff that we know she could use.
All right. Like the build up. You know what I mean? You start off with something.
No. So, like, are you asking me if she's going to get 31 gifts?
26.
Oh, no. We don't do that. No.
No. Okay.
No, she might get a nice little dinner somewhere.
That's it?
Oh, she'll get
You
gifts.
went from buying her a house and a car to,
I ain't got it like that right now.
I'm going to buy you a cheeseburger. Come on, Tony.
Happy birthday, baby girl.
Happy birthday.
That's it.
All right, cool deal. So next week, we will not be able to record because we have some personal things going on. We will be back the following week. Make sure you tune in, and we'll see you guys soon. Love you. Bye.